Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep and stretchy practice. So I would recommend that this flow is suitable for someone with an existing yoga practice. There are other all levels practices on this channel, so please take a look at that if that is more suited to you. Today we're going to be working through some nice deep stretches. There's going to be a strong element to the practice as well, a little bit playful and fun, and just working on some interesting transitions and really kind of connecting mind, body, etc. So come and start the class in a wide leg child's pose. So bringing the knees out wide, sit the hips down towards the heels, and walk your hands out in front, melt the heart and the forehead down towards the mat. And close the eyes or take a steady gaze. And as you inhale through the nose, imagine drawing energy up from the ground into the fingers, the hands, the arms, all the way into the back of the body. And then on your exhale, just releasing and letting go of anything that's not serving you. Noticing the connection between your hands and the ground, how your body feels, how the ground feels underneath you. And just checking in. Observing whatever is alive for you. It doesn't matter what comes up. No good or bad or right or wrong. Just observe whatever is there. Now on your next inhale, open the eyes up and start to lift the chest. I'm going to try and round, so coming into your cat position, rounding through the spine as you lift the hips away from the heels. And then start to drop the hips down, lifting the head, coming into this cobra position. So feet are coming away from each other here. As you move back, start to round through the spine again, sit the hips down towards the heels, so back into your child's pose. And then round forwards, then coming back down into your cobra position. So start to move through from one position to the other. You can make this as fluid or as slow as you want it to be. You want to bring the knees in a little bit and narrow the legs, you absolutely can. So just moving into the spine. Stay with your breath. Try and make these movements as light and bouncy as you can. And on your next cobra, seeing if you can pause there. Maybe start to look over that right shoulder a little. And take it over to the left side. Feeling the hips, the hip flexors stretching. Take any movement that feels good here. And then come through to a all fours position, your tabletop position on your mat. Well done. From here, we'll reach this right leg out behind and then start to lift the left hand away, reach forwards with the left fingertips, press back with the right foot. From here, bending into that leg, float your arm back and see if you can bring that left hand to the right foot, press your right foot into your hand back into your foot, creating this half bow position. Breathing here. Now releasing from your bow, keep that right leg hovering and grounding into your left hand. So left hand's come back down to the mat. See if you can pivot. So my left foot is pivoting, and as if you're opening out into a modified Vashisthasana, bend your right leg, bring the right hand to the right foot and press the hips forwards. So just giving that a go. If you got a little bit lost, no worries, just meeting us here. And then release the hand from the foot from the hand, and we'll float back, bring it into tabletop. So we'll try that little transition on the other side. So left leg lifts, right arm lifts, reach forwards with the right fingertips, back with the left foot. Bend the leg, float the arm back. See if you can take that right hand to the left foot. Press the foot into the hand, half bow. Well done, keep breathing. Then releasing with control, keep that back leg lifted. Right hand comes down. Pivot onto your right side, finding this modified Vashisthasana position. Then bending your left leg, left hand comes to the left foot. Press the hips forward into this juicy stretch. Well done. Releasing. Again, see if you can keep that leg lifted. Come back and draw the left leg into tabletop position. Well done. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, float the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Take a pedal out through the feet here. Bending into one leg, then the other. Just moving into the backs of the legs. Maybe you can feel a stretch into the hips. So again, take any movement that feels good here. On your next inhale, sweep the right leg up, finding three-leg dog. Bend through that right leg if it feels good to. Float your right foot through between the hands. Reach the fingertips up, finding your high lunge. Exhale, hands come through to heart center. Inhale here, exhale, twist to the right. Hook the left elbow on the right knee. Palms of the hands pressing in together. Gaze comes up to the ceiling. Option to open out the arms here. Breathing into that space. Well done. Float the hands back in. And we're going to lift away from the twist. Pivot around. Bend through your right leg, find right side Skandasana. Taking any modifications you need for your Skandasana, make it as low or as high as you need it to be. Powering through over to left side Skandasana. Can you bring it back to right side Skandasana? And then pivoting back to our right side high lunge. Reach the fingertips up. Lift up and out from the waist. Power into your right leg. Step the left foot in. Try and keep it hovered here if you can. And then bringing this left knee in, we're going to take the peace fingers to the left big toe. And reach that left foot out in front, coming into our hand to big toe pose. So really make sure that you keep the space across the chest, keeping the spine long. It's better to have a bent leg, but to keep that space, than to have a lengthened leg and to find that you're really kind of hunching over and rounding. So prioritize the spine. From here, see if you can draw your left foot out to the left side, opening into the left hip. Maybe you're sending your gaze over to the right. Breathe into any wobbles and shakes and just honor Honour whatever is going on in your practice today. Seeing it as feedback. It's just feedback on your body, your mind, whatever that feedback is. Maybe seeing if you can find some acceptance for that today. Well done. Float your left leg back out in front. See if you can take the hand away, reach the arms up, point the left toes, keeping the left leg hovering without your hands. Float your left leg back. Take a big step back into your high lunge. Well done. And bring the hands down to frame the foot. Step back to plank. And vinyasa. Inhaling. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Remember, child's pose is always there if you need it. Coming on to the left side, inhale, sweep the left foot up, find your three-leg dog, open into the hip space. Option to bend the left leg, keep pressing the mat away with your hands. Float the left foot through between the hands, reach the fingertips up, find your high lunge. Exhale, hands come through to heart center. Inhale here, exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow hooks on the left thigh. Open. Shine the gaze up towards the ceiling. Open. We are opening the body, of course we are. Not sure what I was intending to say there. I just felt open. So, sending your gaze up towards the ceiling, pressing the hands into each other. Maybe opening out the arms here if that feels good too. Breathing. And then with control, hands come back into heart center, move away from the twist. Open into your left side Skandasana. Power over to the right side Skandasana. Use your hands if you need to. Use blocks if you need to. Back over to your left side Skandasana. And then we're taking that pivot around. Can you find your way back to your left side high lunge? Nice. Well done. Bring the weight into your left foot. Step that right leg in. Try to find your balance point here. Don't worry if you wobbled like I just did. So then we're bringing the peace fingers to the right big toe. Reach that right foot out in front. Remember, prioritize the space across the chest, the length through the spine. Bend that leg if you need to. Use a strap if you need to. Breathing here. Now open the right leg out to that right side, opening into the hip space. Maybe you take the gaze over the left shoulder. Adding another element to our balance. As soon as we change the gaze in balance, it is so powerful. It just shows how powerful your drishti is, your focus point in your mind. Well done. Bring your right leg back to center. Release the arms. Can you send the fingertips reaching upwards, holding that right leg out in front? Breathing, point the toes if you can. And then we'll float the right leg through, take a big step back. Find your high lunge. Well done. Breathing into those wobbles in the legs. And float the hands down to frame that front foot. And flow through your version of chaturanga. Inhaling upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to your downward facing dog. Lifting those hips away from the ribs. On your next inhale, sweep the right foot through between the hands. Ground through the left hand. Sweep this right arm up and over. Pivot onto the knife edges of your feet to find revolved Skandasana. On your inhale, reach the arm up, lift the hips. On your exhale, sink it back down. Inhale, reaching up, lifting the hips. Exhale, sinking back down. Last one, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sink back down. And then from here, we're going to see, try and keep your right leg crossed over. We're dropping our hips down to the mat and pivoting around, so we've still got this right leg crossed over the top of the left. So coming into a Gomukhasana position, so either working here or bending that underneath leg, so right leg stacked on top, working towards having our knees stacked. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Bend through that left arm, left hand's coming down the back, and then the right shoulder is rolling inwards, bending that arm, maybe the fingertips meet at the back of the body. If not, you can take the hands to a strap here. Breathing here. So notice how we're using the core here to stabilize, naturally switching on. And releasing the arms, bring the fingertips to the side. Inhale here, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forwards, lead with the chest. So finding that real deep stretch into the right hip. Inhale, lifting the chest, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, floating into your fold. Inhale, making that space. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, folding. Inhale, this time walk the hands back in. So now we have to get back to where we were. This is the fun part. So if you had your bottom leg bent in, lengthen that. Left hand comes down to the mat. Ground into your left hand. We're going to use the knife edge of the right foot. Lift the hips so we're back in more of a modified Vashisthasana than a Revolve Skandasana, but there we go. So now from here, bring both hands down to the mat, lift your right leg, thread the right foot to the outside of the left hand, fallen triangle, reach the left arm up and over, beautiful, beautiful stretch. Breathing down that left side body as it opens up. And bring your left hand back down to the mat. Step that right foot back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Take a moment here, just breathing into that space. Inhale, step the left foot through between the hands, ground into your right hand, float the left arm up and over, come onto the knife edges of the feet. Left side, Revolve Skandasana. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the arm up. Exhale, float back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Last one, inhale, lifting. Exhale, dropping down, trying to find that pivot now, so bringing the hips down to the mat, twizzling around, so we've got the left leg hooked over the right. So you can either keep your bottom right leg lengthened or you're going to bend it in, so we're in our Gomukhasana. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up. Right hand comes down your back. Left hand comes behind, or you could have your hands on a strap to give some more space here. If your hands aren't finding each other behind your back, that's a really nice option to use your strap instead. Breathing here. So this is a really good kind of anti-desk stretch, this one as well. So we're internally rotating and stretching the hips. We're opening up into the arms, the shoulders. And that's why it can feel quite uncomfortable and strange at times, because this is a range of movement that we're really not usually putting in our body. So releasing your arms now, bring the hands to the side. Inhale, reach the crown of your head to the ceiling, and exhale, lead with the chest, fold forwards. So on your next inhale, lift the chest, find some length. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lifting, lengthening. Exhale, folding. Inhale, making space. Exhale, folding into that space. And then on your next inhale, walk the hands back into center. Lengthen through the underneath right leg. Right hand grounds down into the mat. Lift the hips back up so you're in this modified side plank position. Then we're going to pivot, so bring both hands down to the mat, lift the left leg. Reach that left foot to the outside of the right hand. Inhale, sweep the right arm up and over, fallen triangle. Breathe into your right side body. Love this one. Such a beautiful shape and just a beautiful feeling. Bring the right hand back down to the mat, step it back to plank, and flow through your vinyasa. Inhaling upward facing dog or cobra, and exhaling back to downward facing dog. From here, exhale, drop the knees down to the mat. Lower the chest down, keep the elbows tucked in towards the body. Reach the hands to the side of the body, and you're either going to keep them here, or if it feels good to you, you're going to interlace the hands behind your back. Inhale, lift the chest. Press back with the hands, and lift the feet away from the mat, finding your locust position. So keep breathing here, keep that prana flowing. Well done. And release everything back down to the ground. You can bring the elbows out to the side. You can rest the head on the hands. Just take a little shift with your hips from side to side. Inhale through the nose, and you can exhale out through the mouth. Just breathing it all out. Coming to stillness. And then bring the hands to the side of the body, press the hands into the mat. And we're going to sit the hips back, find a child's pose. Narrow leg or wide leg, whatever feels good for you. And let your forehead be connected to something here, whether that's the mat, your hands, or a block. And start to take some slow, soft breaths. Just absorbing that practice that we've just done. Seeing if you can just let go here, surrender your body weight to the ground beneath you. And if you're ready to start coming away from the practice, going to open your eyes and just walk the hands back in, coming back to a kneeling position or seated position on your mat. But as always, if you have longer, I definitely recommend taking a Shavasana to finish off your practice. It is really one of the most important parts of the practice, and there are guided meditation and body scans on this channel if you want to do that straight after. I'll link it below. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me for this class today. I hope that you have enjoyed your practice. Do comment, like, feedback to me on how you're getting on, and subscribe to this channel. It's completely free, and it really means a lot to me. I really appreciate any support on here, so that I can keep making these practices and these flows for you. So thanks so much, and I will see you again hopefully very soon. Take care. Bye bye.